Hello, everyone. Stephanie here. And today we're going to talk about the law of attraction. How does the law of attraction actually work? The basis of the law of attraction is that like equals like, or like attracts like. And it is thought with this law that your thoughts are very much magnetic, the substance of thought. And because of that, it has the power to attract situations, people, and events into your life. It also teaches that positive thoughts attract wealth, health, love, all the things, right? And what you think and how you think creates your reality. It also teaches that because you're attracting your thoughts, you also attract sickness, misery, and unhappiness in your life by your own negative thoughts. But at the same time, like I said before, you're attracting all the good things too by your thoughts. So you attract joy, happiness, fulfillment in your life, all by thinking those positive thoughts. So what this means is that you are 100% responsible for what you're creating in your life. And we don't want to ever think that we're attracting something to ourselves that's not good for us. That's really a hard pill to swallow. And I don't believe that in some situations that is the case, because no one is wishing or thinking about disease, or no one is thinking that they want poverty. No one is thinking that they want loneliness. Just by having these negative thoughts in our minds, it's attracting it to us. And then there's things like freak accidents that happen. Who created that? So you have to take this whole thing with a grain of salt, because while it is true, and while you can attract and you do attract things based on your thoughts, just know that it could either go the way you want it to go, or the opposite way you don't want it to go. And that's the tricky part. Because if we all knew how to keep everything positive and how to only attract the good things, what's the lesson in that in life? You have to admit, some of our hardest lessons are learned by some of the negative things that happen in our lives, or negative circumstances that we find ourselves in, are opportunities for huge amounts of growth. So if you think enough of the right thoughts at the right intensity, you can manifest whatever it is that you want, and the universe will delve it out to you into your life. And so many of us at this point, this has been out and really a popular topic over the last decade or so. And so many of us have tried some of these techniques. We've given a go of it. But usually we do this in times of desperation, and it's like nothing else has worked. Maybe you have sent up plenty of prayers, that's not working. You're asking people to pray for you, maybe that's not working. You've done everything else that you know to do, and you feel like circumstances are completely outside of your control. And so in those times of desperation is when we want to get very, very strict about practicing the law of attraction. And sometimes it'll turn those situations around. And the other times it's too late because the momentum has been drummed up in the wrong direction. And it's hard to stop a ball rolling down a steep hill if it's already going down. So being that, or knowing how the law of attraction works, what can we do? What can we do to practice this law in our daily lives successfully? Well, the thing that you must do is you must prepare your mind. What do I mean by prepare your mind? I mean, do all the things that are great to your mental health. Spend time on yourself. Spend time doing self-care. Treat yourself nice. You want to meditate. Spend time to meditate. Just close your mind off to all the thoughts, whether they're negative or positive. Just sit in a space that is comforting to you. Relax and focus on absolutely nothing. And this is to help prepare your mind. You have to have a good foundation, and this would be one of the first steps for a good foundation. Clear your mind, relax, and meditate. The next thing you can do is introduce some journaling. You can do a gratitude journal. You can do a journal just documenting your thoughts, positive thoughts or negative, but you want to focus more on the positive for the good things to come into your life. But write those things down. Eventually it'll become the dominant pattern where you're thinking more positively than you are negatively. You want to set goals. Set your goals. Know what it is that you are trying to acquire, what you're trying to manifest. Write it down. If you're a very creative person, you might want to draw it. Whatever you do to express yourself, but be clear on what your goals are. The next thing you want to do is visualize in your quiet time. When you're not going to be interrupted by someone, something, or maybe you need to purposely turn off devices that could interrupt you, distract you, and take that quiet time that you use for meditation and start to incorporate some visualization. Really draw out and create out in your mind visually what it looks like to have attained the goals that you have written out for yourself. And while you're doing that, you really want to get into it and tap into all of your senses. So you're seeing in this vision, you're hearing certain things. You may have a certain smell that increases your positive vibrations. And another thing you want to do is to say affirmations to prepare your mind. So make a list, 2 lists, 3 lists of everything that you could say nice to yourself. It may even be something that you don't believe about yourself, like I am confident. I am beautiful. I am highly intelligent. I am extremely rich. Whatever. Whatever aligns with your goals. Make a list of 20, 30 affirmations, and you want to say them. Say them with conviction to the point where you start feeling it when you say it. Because eventually you will. That's how the mind works. You will. And that increases the rate and the rate that your manifestations will come to you. So what are the advantages of using law of attraction? You may get what you want. That's the number one advantage. That's why we all do it. And then, of course, it helps you to get crystal clear on what you want out of life. And also, at the same time, while you're doing that, you get to learn what you absolutely do not want into your life. And that's important. That's important because a lot of us will just get on automatic and we're doing the adulting thing, right? Day to day seems the same. It's almost like Groundhog Day all over again. Sometimes you don't get excited about what's coming up next, in the next hour, in the next day, in the next week, because we're stuck in this routine. But extremely important for the law of attraction, you take the time out, prepare your mind, and just know that some advantages are coming to you. The disadvantages. Okay, well, of course, just like you can attract the things you want, like we said before, you can attract the things you don't want. You can attract negativity. You can attract someone who is toxic. You can attract an obsession for someone who's not good or something that is not good for you in your life. Law of attraction doesn't discriminate. It does not differentiate between what's good and what's bad, because good and bad is a judgment, and that's only something that humans do. We put labels on things as to what's good and what's bad. So the law of attraction is just doing its job. It's up to you to decide beforehand what you want and what's good for you, and keep your mind focused on those things. All right, you guys, that's all I have for this video. If you're interested in this type of content, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. This is Stephanie, the social anxiety expert. And until next time.